Well, viewers, we have another special treat today. This is a 1988 Austin Montego 2.0 EFI Mayfair. Now, some of you might actually recognise this car, and there's a very, very good reason for that, because if we look at the back, we see a certain sticker, which is the channel that this car has already been on. I think Ian Seabrook actually drove this car in 2018. It was owned by a different person at the time, but now it's owned by Patrick, who also has lots of other Austin Rover flavoured delights, like this. So the Montego was launched in about 1984, and it is very similar to a Maestro, although there are some differences. The front end's completely different for a change, and obviously the boot was unique to this model. Unfortunately, I can't actually drive this on the road because it's not legal to drive. The one thing is the handbrake cable doesn't actually work, so yes, we're going to have to do a static walk around of it, but that's fine. This is a very late pre-facelift Montego. They were facelifted sort of about the autumn of 1988, and this is an F plate, so it is a later 88, after August 88, but it's still a pre-facelift. One of the ways you can instantly tell, well, there's a few, is that it's still got the ribbed tail lights. Those changed. The Mayfair trim level was discontinued and replaced by, I think it was the GSI. We'll have a look in the boot. You can see you can fit rather a lot of stuff in there, including ramps for servicing, AstroTurf, and some apparently very rare wheel trims. There was a model above the Mayfair, which was the Vandenpla. I say Vandenpla because of publicity material of the time. Some videos do say Vandenpla, and that's what I knew from that when I was growing up, but there's lots of other ways of saying it which are equally as valid. But this Mayfair was slightly below that and replaced a model called the HLS. We'll look at the dash. This is the dash that was common to all Maestros and Montegos after February 1986. And it just brings back a lot of memories for me because, as a lot of you will know, my grandfather had 5 Maestros in a row, and the dashboard is really familiar. This is the version I'm most familiar with the rev counter and the little caravan symbol that lights up if you've got a certain type of towing system on the car, and the ashtray just on here, and the clock that's there. The car is in gear because the handbrake cable is broken, so when I start it I'm going to have to remember to push the clutch and the brake and hold it on the brake, which I will do. Electric window switches are actually down here. So is a radio. It's not very ergonomic really in some ways, because really you don't want the electric window switches down there, you want them a bit higher up, and also you don't want the radio there. It is a bit of a stretch, and also when you're driving you kind of can't see the heating and ventilation controls very well. They're ideally positioned for reaching here, they're just there, but I can't see the labels when I'm driving, so that's a bit of a problem. What's also a problem is this dashboard that's very cracked, and the headlining, which, that's seen better days, viewers. Now, on an estate model, you'd have the rear wiper switches here, but this is as long as we don't have them, and that mirror switch, that's been in everything from the Rover 800 right the way through to the MG X-Power SV. Cloth seats with a sort of checkered pattern. Again, this is very typical of these sorts of cars. I do very much like it. I like the woods. The general ambience of the car is absolutely wonderful. Apparently this started after 9 months with a fresh battery on it, which is extraordinary. These O series engines clearly are rather good. I like this soft feel. Steering wheel, I mean, I prefer the Vandenpla one, because the Vandenpla is a sort of dream of mine, to actually drive a Montego Vandenpla after having done a Maestro Vandenpla on no budget reviews last year. I always remember the little coin tray here, but I don't know how the coins didn't fall out, because there's going to be anything stopping them. It just kind of, you know, there's a felt lining, but maybe that works, I don't know. Fog lights, rear heated window, cigarette lighter, of course, normal handbrake, which is broken, and a 5-speed, in this case it's a Honda PG1 unit, which was used also in the Maestros with this engine. Right, let's take a seat in the back. Of course, it's a Mayfair, and so we get nice chrome door handles, which always feel a little bit sort of uncertain as whether or not they're actually going to open the car or not, in my opinion, but there we are. No rear electric windows in this. I think the electric rear windows, if you got a Van Pla and they had them, were in board of those other ones, but I don't actually really know. There's quite a lot of room in here, actually. It's pretty good. You know, Maestro's spacious car as well, and to be honest, this feels like even more spacious. Possibly the wheelbase is ever so slightly longer. I know the doors are really similar, but yes, you know, luxury in the back, like there's ashtrays and things, and the rear armrest. That's rather nice. Yes, I quite easily see myself having one of these cars. I've always quite wanted one. It's just apparently the spare parts are really difficult to get hold of. I mean, this headlining, which was in poor condition in 2018, is now in 2021 absolutely terrible. But finding a headliner for one of these cars, I think, would be very, very difficult. Yes, maybe that won't happen. I remember as well these kind of luxurious headrests from something like the old Maestro Mayfair and Van Plas that my grandfather had, and even things like these seat belts, and the seatbelt buckles look really familiar. Yes, a luxurious little armrest that goes up and down with a lovely sort of cantilever motion like that. You've got some carpet on the back too. Right, I think we'll have a look under the bonnet. One thing I've noticed compared with the two Montegos that you've probably already seen on the channel that Patrick owns is that this bonnet is a lot heavier and the stay goes to a different place. It's strange. Anyway, here is the 2-litre Road Series engine, mounted transversely of course, because this is a front wheel drive car. 2-litre Road Series engine, in this case developing 115 horsepower. There was a turbo version of the Montego. I think that developed the same power output as the Maestro, so it would be about 150 horsepower. Of course, we have Austin Rover logos everywhere, including the program ignition control, and we've also got Lucas there too. We have got an oil leak going on here, but there's quite a lot of space to work on it. I mean, this is the largest engine that came in the Montego, and there's still, you know, compared with lots of other cars, quite a lot of space. I think we could even see the Honda PG1 gearbox, which is kind of just down there. So yes, nice fresh battery, and you start it up. In fact, let's see if we can go and start it up. One thing to bear in mind, I've been speaking to Patrick about, is he's one of his other Montegos he used to have. He was trying to find a set of wings for it, and these pre-facelift wings, like on this car, are actually different from the post-facelift ones. So just bear that in mind if you're ever trying to find a wing for one of these Montegos. Okay viewers, brake and clutch, let's see if she starts. Oh, she does. She does. Let me just... I don't think I can give it a rev because I've got to hold my foot on the brake so we don't roll anywhere, but there we go, she starts, and a little engine lights come on there. Now in a Maestro with a carb engine, that means the auto chokes come on, but this is electronic fuel injection, so who knows? Right, let's turn her off, shall we? There we go. So there we are, viewers, a chance for me to, you know, sit in the seat that one of the greats also occupied, and also members of a certain slightly sweary forum. So that is the Montego 2-litre EFI Mayfair. Do I like it, viewers? Well, yes I do. and it's a real shame I can't drive this one, but you know, maybe this one will come on the road fairly soon, or maybe we can drive other Maestros, like all these Montegos these Maestros I've been driving. So there we are. Thank you ever so much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for, you know, more interesting content. Thank you again to Patrick for showing me his car. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below, and social media links are down below. Thank you.